Okay, so sorry about that, Crystal. I apologize about that phone call. I had to take that phone call. So I made this a two-parter because it's unprofessional enough that I had to take the call. But since I'm doing a live, I couldn't edit that out. So I decided to make this a two-parter. So yeah, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is your partner, as he's, I feel, starting to detach from thinking that this is going to be successful. I'm seeing him possibly thinking that he can't help with the responsibilities of a married woman. And it's like you're his narrative, like you're telling him what a woman needs to be married. It's like a book. You're like, no, no, I've been there, done that. And he's like, well, I want to marry. I want to marry you. And you're like, look, honey, I haven't really had the best experiences, you know, because you haven't really gotten clarity on why half the stuff happened to you. And, a lot of this can be inner clarity that you receive and need to receive. Clarity about yourself, or clarity about what really happened. Sometimes when things get so bad that we only see the negatives, and that's still where you're at. I don't know how long it's been, but the universe feels like it's too long for you to have that kind of facade of yourself and relationships, okay? It's painful. I'm saying it's painful. So you're like, it's painful. What's his name? Timothy. It's painful, boo. He's like, painful how? And you're like, you know, telling him about all the stuff you went through. This is you telling him the stuff that you've been through, I feel. And you're like, these thoughts race back to me all the time. And he's like, oh my God, And then you're like, yeah, well, I just keep it to myself. And he's like, man, you need to look at things differently. He says is the hermit, because it's like he wants to mentor you. He's been spiritually put in your life to mentor you. And he's being mentored too. This is amazing. I've never seen anything like this. It's like a movie. You're like, no. He's like, and it turns into a movie, best box office or something. It's like a book. Like, I just keep these things to myself, And he's like, man, that's messed up. But he's learning, what not to do, to make a woman feel uncomfortable. And he's open to take a risk with you still. When he first met you, he felt like this could be successful. He felt like he could get very far with you. Okay, he did. So this is crazy. Even though you're like, bro, I'm going to go back off to my corner here. He's like, I still want to take a leap of faith with you. Isn't it so cute? You're probably like, no, it's not cute, actually. So in your environment, then, as time moves on, I see Judgment, and then what? Two of Swords. So a final judgment is going to be made. Let me see what this is. A judgment on your part. Okay, what is your judgment going to be? Could be how you've been seeing things. Something about that. For the longest, has to be repaired, is what I'm getting. Okay, babes? Even though you don't want it. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Crazy. This has went up to the universe, that you were going to continue to go into the future, most definitely, with this skewed type of way that you come up in marriage, and marriage itself. There was something that was askew, and I feel like it was doubling the pain. Or if it wasn't pain, what have you? I can't really tell you how you feel. I felt pain, but it doesn't have to be. It's saying that energy was about to go forward into your future, And you need a new way of looking at yourself in relationships. So the universe sees this as a win-win outcome for you to step out of your comfort zone and not let your past hold you back. That's what's going on spiritually, but you don't want it, right? Cool. His decision off of this is the Five of Swords and the Sun. Amazing. This is healing energy that he can bring to your conflicts. Why is his Two of Swords here? It's like his Two of Swords matches your Seven of Swords, which is telling me like everything that you're conflicted about, he feels like he can fix. Because the two swords you leave behind, and he picks those two swords up. Amazing. I ain't never seen a man like this before. This is crazy. Crazy good. I mean, I'm just thinking about how YouTube would love this. If I was to tell him this, I don't know, that popped in. That's crazy. Okay, let's clarify his Five of Swords. I'm looking at it. And let's clarify his Two of Swords. Yeah, he really feels like he can balance you. And girl, clarifying his Two of Swords against your Seven of Swords, he feels like he can keep you safe. This guy, where did you meet him at? A time to give rather than take. Girl, wow. Look. Do whatever you want to do, but I'm just reading the cards. Clarify the Sun, please. This is his son. Clarify the... God. It's time to take action. And he's an Aries. Wow, he wants to really help you. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Pentacles and you're a Virgo. And it's like, you should give this a chance, is that's what it's saying. But if you don't want to, this guy, after this, we have Believe in the Impossible. And because I did Aries reading February 15th through the 28th, I saw their ascension and how spiritual they were. So I looked at every Aries entertainer that I liked, and I just like really took it in. I'm like, so Big Sean, as crazy as he be in some of them songs, is highly spiritual, and his Instagram shows it. And other Aries entertainers, like, I think of them completely differently than I did a year ago. Like, Aries is really ascended. I used to look at them as really like bossy or fiery or too playful, but really good bosses and successful. But I never really saw the other side of Aries like I'm seeing now. And every year I see the evolution of each zodiac sign. And I'm really like, he has faith in this. I'm really like, wow, you know, I can't believe I'm seeing it here in my client's mate. It's so pretty to me. But that's what I'm seeing. So I want to clarify his King of Cups. Oh, he knows how to balance himself out. That's why he's able to balance you out. He just constantly feels like he's really close to achieving a goal. Queen of Pentacles. He sees the bigger picture to your Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. You feeling like you can't be repaired. So yeah. I'm sorry about the tobacco use. It's tobacco and spirituality really run in my family. Like, we're all like mystics or gypsies or many things. Fairies and all kinds of stuff. And it helps me read sometimes. So I'm going to give you your spiritual advice. Crystal. born August 26th. Ooh, you are holding your invisible pearls on holding. You are holding your invisible pearls against calling in a soulmate. You're like, um, this is where you are now. This is somebody who really doesn't want to move forward with anybody. Like they really want to be single. They're good on their own, and really try not to depend on anybody. Fighting dependency. You don't want to. You want to be independent. You don't want to be codependent. And it's saying like something about how you've been visualizing yourself or marriage or something is the reason why this came in, like I was saying. And you know what? You don't have to make a decision. You don't. They say just enjoy him because he has some things to teach you and some fulfillment to give you. Some fulfillment. So you don't have to make a decision. You really don't. Because after your judgment card was what? I shuffled the cards back in. But after your judgment card was, ooh, right here. No, that wasn't it. You don't have to make a judgment. He just wants to give you happiness. That's all. Happiness, fun. That's it. He doesn't. Oh, yeah. You don't have to make a decision. This is what came after it. You don't have to. You don't have to make a decision. In the near future, I see you possibly retreating from the situation, which is fine. Making the judgment to turn this down, which is fine. Because the spiritual advice is that, as logical as you are, logic is great. And you're applying your logic because you're a Virgo. And I know all about that. And you're like, look, I don't feel the way you do. And that means a lot to you. If you're not passionate about the person like they're passionate about you, or if they're passionate about something you're not passionate about, then if they don't get it, then you would have to distance yourself, So even though he got the Fool and the Sun, and those are beautiful cards where he still wants to take a leap of faith with you and he still believes in the impossible, those are also cards of separation. So at the end, I don't know if this is how you were coming off before and then you're slowly going to move forward with him, or if this is where you're leading to, but it's like a decision is yours. You can either go with your logic or you can go with this spiritually. It's up to you. Because I see a decision even in the romantic deck. It's like you can understand that you don't feel the way that this person feels, but still commit to having your heart chakra repaired. Or you can let this situation unfold naturally until you don't like it anymore and walk away. It's up to you. Okay. Whatever feeling you feel is worth exploring. It's worth it. You can commit to you or you can commit to spirit. If not, it'll be another situation that comes back around and gives you something. Okay. His spiritual advice, Timothy, here's his passion card. I'm getting that maybe he should control some of his passion and get to know you. It would be smart to do that. So I'm seeing this guy could be a little sensitive. He may shut down at times when you are not giving him passion or a match of commitment or towards something. But he's flirting with someone who wants to be separated, which is coming up in his cards. And he should really get to know you. So you're teaching him something too, that he needs to get to know people. And this is a lesson that can be shared. Or it can be a lesson where you have to walk away to let this person know that. It could be a lesson either way with either action. So it's really coming up that you're still sorting things over your exes, and that's known to him. And then I see reconciliation. So it's like this guy really, really wants you. He feels like this is spiritual. He thinks very spiritually. He just does. And he really feels like he can clear and help you sort your energy and that he's in your life for a real reason. That's how he feels with new love. He just feels like he's been brought here to save you and support you. So that's how he feels. Okay. And I just continue to see the story play out. You know, there's someone who's really in love, and then there's someone who's loving themselves first, but these two people can still have a love situation. All right. So he's going to be pretty open to it, even though there's differences, even though you guys are at two different stages and you guys are two totally different types of people. That's just the way it is. All right. But you guys are soulmates. So do what you will with that info, and I hope this reading helped. Thank you so much for booking with me. Bye, Crystal.